Hey guys, Braided Zero here. I wanted to bring you a review so far up to the current point on the closed beta of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So far, I'm having a lot of fun on the game. I think there are some areas that need modification, and I'm hoping that maybe some of that is being restricted based on the beta, and maybe some things will change upon full release. But I wanted to give it a wide overview of each of some major points that I considered to be good talking points, and just to give you an idea to make sure it's something that you want to buy beforehand. Maybe you're going to buy it upon release, or maybe it's something that this may influence you to kind of just wait off a little bit to see how some full reviews go. I will do a full review once it releases, and maybe my opinion will change. We shall see. So far the game is really fun. I'm having a blast running around in the open world and killing people. Even on the highest difficulty though, I'm not really having a problem with killing and progressing through missions, as long as I don't engage too many enemies at a certain time, or shoot in sight of somebody else. If two people are standing beside each other, you better kill them pretty quick, otherwise one may jump to the side and alert, which that can pose problems, but so far it's really not. If you analyze buildings before you progress in, you can see a clear sight of progression of where enemies are standing and where you can kill them to not locate, to not alarm other people around them. I come from an era with the old Splinter Cell series, and it kind of reminds me of that, maybe even Assassin's Creed, on how you can kill people in a clear progression to not alarm them. I did encounter a few places that were very difficult, but those were mostly in areas where I was well under geared, and even if I remained back and sniped, most of the time I was able to clear them. The gear progression is on point with other looter shooters. The progression was a little bit fast. I was able to experience up pretty quickly and get a lot of really quick jumps in gear, but I think that was increased based on the beta. I'm hoping that less experience and less gear is given in the full release. I would like progression to be slowed down very severely. I won't comment on gear as much, since progression is in line with a lot of other looter shooters such as Division or the Destiny series. I'll say that experience was relatively easy to come by. Even when you failed a mission or you died, you still held on to the experience gained. You could run into an area and kill a few guys before dying and still retain that experience. You will lose the loot that's not picked up, but honestly, it's not that bad. I ran into a few higher gear score areas, killed a few people, looted some crates, and I was eventually killed, but I retained that gear and experience. I believe that should probably be modified in some way or another. I feel like you shouldn't be able to just go into a higher gear score area, kill some guys, get the loot, and get out. Maybe, I don't know. I did really enjoy the skill tree. I liked the progression. You could choose a couple different areas to go. It kind of baffled me that they would have an assault tree when you consider that this is marketed as a you're being hunted and you need to kind of hunker down and sneak your way through stuff kind of game, but whatever. I chose the sniper tree, but you could choose one of the others. I really enjoyed hanging back and sniping people, and it was really fun. As long as I was getting a couple kills, I was able to progress through that tree fairly quickly as well, which I hope that they slow that down. The story so far has me interested. If you don't know, a man creates this utopia with advanced technology, and then surprise, surprise, an ex-ghost of some kind runs in and takes over the place with a bunch of other mercenaries. As far as we come to understand, this leader, who is played by John Berthnall, is also the Punisher. He somehow knows you. We don't quite know yet how. I'm guessing he was in your platoon or something like that, but it at least has me intrigued to find out more. There are times where you come across groups of civilians, and if you listen in, you pick up parts of the story, which I really enjoyed. There's also certain intelligence that's spread out amongst the map, kind of like the Division. Whenever you find these things, it doesn't necessarily give you insight on the backstory, but you are able to discover locations of certain things such as weapons and attachments, or locations where you can go. I did really enjoy this way of progressing the story, where you can hear it through civilians that you find, as well as the way of showing you new areas and giving you new weapons based on finding it. It really was a way of rewarding those people who like to explore and uncover different parts of the map. As far as it goes for combat, I really did enjoy the combat. It's really in line with a lot of other looter shooters, a little bit more on the easy side. It's very punishing in this game. You're able to kill enemies fairly quickly, but on the flip side, you can be killed very, very quickly. If you engage in a wrong fashion, 1 or 2 shots and you're dead. Even one good sniper shot and you're done. I was encountering a few of higher skill, or what you would call like difficulty, I guess, armored guys, but 2 headshots, and the first one knocks off his helmet and the second one kills him. So it didn't seem like it was as punishing if you played it correctly, the way that they want you to, more stealthy. I think as long as you don't engage too many enemies, or you don't fight larger machines until you're properly equipped and properly geared, you won't really find the combat too punishing, at least in the beginning of the game, because we're not able to experience the later game. I'll have to update the review or come out with another one once the full release is out. I was able to fight into a group of a lot of enemies, and even higher gear score enemies, and survive pretty easily when remaining in the back and sniping and taking out reinforcements as they come through. I even got a couple lucky shots through vehicles to be able to take out guys farther away. The other guys got out of the vehicles, and I was able to easily blow up the car and take out their reinforcements. I even shot one enemy in the arm and it killed him, which was a little bit funny, but whatever. Gear score didn't appear to be much of an issue in the beta. I'm hoping that changes at full release. Maybe they slow it down a little bit and make gear score more punishing. I really wanted to just be destroyed when I went into higher level areas, but the only way I was destroyed was when I went up against armored tanks and just a lot more enemies. Then it was very clear the gear score, but one-on-one enemies, it was not very clear, which I guess is not a terrible thing, but I'm interested to see how the gear score plays a role in difficulty. All in all, the combat was fun. I didn't get the vibe of being hunted. Stealth in this game is not where I would like it to be, because you're not as punished for being caught as I would like. I would expect you are seen and it's broadcasted over the whole island, and then people just start hunting for you, almost like whenever you kill a cop in Grand Theft Auto, you have a wanted level. That didn't happen here, and I'm really disappointed. But all in all, the aspects of the game, when taken into effect, of the gunfights and the gear progression, has me really intrigued, and I really enjoyed my time, even though I was disappointed on the whole stealth aspect. I really just went in thinking that that would just punish you if you didn't remain stealthy, and that's just not the case. As it currently stands, because the stealth aspect does take off a couple points for me, I would rate it as a solid 7, but I'm open for improvement when the full release comes out. Maybe it'll be more punishing. Maybe they didn't want to release the full punishment of being hunted upon you in the closed beta, but as it currently stands, I will buy it, but my level of expectation has been dropped just a little bit. I still had fun. I still really enjoyed the gear progression, and I'm looking forward to progressing the skill tree, which I did move through the skill tree pretty quick, but again, I think that was in the closed beta. I'm hoping they kind of dial it back on how quickly you can progress, but I'm really looking forward to the game. I will be getting it upon full release. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. If you like the content, come talk to me on Twitch at Braided0Live. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from about 9 p.m. CST to midnight. You can also follow me on Twitter at Braided0. Thanks for checking out the channel. Smash that subscribe, like button, comment, all that kind of crap. Thanks.